Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Well, as you can see, the price action is relatively tight on the eve of the European Central Bank meeting, so that's why probably investors do not want to take any risk right now, because it's quite interesting what European Central Bank will tell about the situation with the Cyprus and with their assessment, the solution that has been taken on this problem. That's why you can see that the market now is forming some overlapping trading sessions, and in fact it looks like the bearish flag that is forming on the euro currency. Today I have drawn these lines just to mark it as the bearish flag. Since this just was the small range yesterday, it's very difficult to add something new to our analysis. In general, as we said, the major question now is not whether market continue move down or not, but mostly when it will happen. Particularly speaking, will market show some deeper retracement to the upside, will test at least the monthly pivot point, or will continue move to the double harmonic swing extension to the upside to the monthly pivot resistance 1 and major 3-8 resistance, or it will just continue with this tendency. As you can see, 2 step forward, 1 step back. So here was the 2 step forward, now it's 1 step back, and if market will continue move right now, then we could expect an area around 125.20. That is also, as we said yesterday, the target of the monthly bearish engulfing pattern. Well, today I offer you to focus on the intraday setup and understand how we could enter in one or other direction, depending what will happen on the European Central Bank meeting. On the 4-hour time frame, in fact, it's nothing to comment. As you can see, just the same move up in the spiral channels, very gradual, small candles with the long shadows, typical contraction action on the market. So I mean by the contraction moves that is the extension of the market. If it shows some impulse move, some acceleration when it creates the new lows or new highs, and contraction when it stands in retracement. Well, here we see that's typical retracement action. Some tight range on this small parallel channel. That's in fact the bearish flag on the daily time frame. The most interesting for us is the hourly chart. What we see here, first of all, we see that despite all our suspicions, market still has jumped out from this 618 support that we have discussed previously. That was, by the way, a combination of the fib support and the trend line support. That's one. Here is the real example, the moments that we have discussed in our Forex military school, how to combine the fib levels and traditional lines on the chart. So you can see the market has found the support here and bounce up. What to do here? First of all, if we would like to enter on the short side of the market, we could apply 2 different possibilities for that. The first possibility is to expect at minimum this level, because that will be some sort of the free drive pattern that we have discussed yesterday. Okay, because here is relatively tight extensions of the 1618 extension of the first drive, 127 extension of the second drive, and take a look. Here is the monthly pivot point that has been tested yet. So that will be a significant resistance, and what is more important, more significant, that will give us the pattern, the bearish pattern that will let us to enter on the short side of the market. That will be the first idea. Also take a look. Let's try to measure this distance. Will it give us the shorter ABCD pattern to the upside? Right. So if market, for instance, will reestablish move up, that is also could be the ABCD pattern to the upside, the small one. Okay. Well, if conversely, if market will not continue move to the upside, and that the European Central Bank meeting will announce some negative moments that investors will treat as the bearish signs. In this case, if market will continue move to the downside, I think that it's better to apply some sort of the stop entry order right below the 618 support and below this trend line, something around 127.80, 127.85 area, by entering the stop entry order with the place somewhere above this trend line. So if market will start to plunge down, this probably will lead to further continuation, because we should not forget that in fact this action, although this is the 3 drive, that is also the classical bearish flag on the daily time frame. And bear and flag is the continuation pattern. So continuation usually starts when market shows the breakout of the lower border of the flag. That's why this area in fact is significant, because this is this continuation pattern, tighter pattern on the higher time frame. If you would like to enter long, well, so if you have entered here, well, probably you know rather happy with your position because it's really nice. But again, here I just could repeat the same that we have discussed yesterday. Currently, I do not think that's really good idea to enter long, because think where you will place your stop. Your stop will be somewhere below this swing low. Where will be your profit? At maximum, it will be somewhere around this area. So you will get some sort of the 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. The overall bearish situation currently, and on the eve of the European Central Bank meeting, I don't think that this will be a really attractive trade. Well, if you have entered here, well, here we have another some advantage of this position, because here we could place a relatively tight stop just below the swing low. If market will continue to move down and take out of this low, this will become the all clear that the long position will fail. Market will probably continue to move down. But risk reward was really significant. Okay. So if you want, you could hold your position that you have taken yesterday, but maybe it will be not bad idea to take the half profit of it and rest the half if market will continue to move to the upside. Because if market will fail there and continue to move down, you will take at least a profit from the half of your position. So think about it. Well, yeah, but for others who are bullish, I think that at least I personally do not want to enter long with this market right now. I would better wait the opportunity to short the current market. The one risk for the short position right here is if market will continue to move up, but this will become clear fast, because if market will accelerate right here to the upside with the strong upward move, it will become clear that the market probably will continue to move higher and could lead to the 130-120 area, so major 3-8 resistance on the daily time frame. From that perspective, if even we will enter short right here, well, our risk with the stop will be relatively small. That's why it's always better to have some resistance and some pattern that will let you to clearly understand what is going on currently and exit fast if you understand that you was wrong and market probably will continue up. Of course, we do not want to see here some long big up candle, some sort of the Marubozu candle to the upside right to this target. That will put under question the reason of short entry. The thing that we would like to see is that sort of the price action, gradual and choppy. In this case, the odds will be on our favor that market will turn to the downside, or at least will respect this area with some pullback. So, in fact, it's a bit boring research, since right at the eve of the European Central Bank speech, I think that not makes sense to be hasty and trying to jump in the market, especially when it stands not at the support, not at the resistance, somewhere in semi position, and hasn't reached the levels that are attractive as for the short entry as for the long entry. So I think that it's better to wait a bit and manage your position if you have any.